Hey YouTube, this is Angleco 0861 for the Tactical Channel. This is part 2 of the Know Your Weapon video I did the other day. I'm doing this supplementary on the zeroing portion of the video to go over it a little bit more in depth, so I don't get any comments about, oh, you didn't do this right, or you didn't say this right, or whatever. So here's the dope on it. Know your weapon, zero your weapon. Okay, zero your iron sights and your optic, at the same zero. Okay, so with an AR-15, 223 caliber, 55 grain bullet. Okay, I suggest that you use a 50-yard zero. Okay, now with the 50-yard zero, you can see is if you are shooting at 50 yards or more, at 50-yard zero up to 100 yards, you'll be right on. Up to 200 yards, you're just a little bit low. Okay, so the zero doesn't change much. The 50-yard zero at 25 yards, you'll be 2.24 inches low. Okay, which that's not bad. Okay, all you have to do is aim high. Same thing with your front sight post. Your front sight post is about 2.5 inches high, so if you had a 10-yard shot at a 50-yard zero, if you're shooting point of impact or point of aim here, your point of impact is going to be 2.5 inches lower. Okay, that's a good thing to know in case you're in a hostage situation, you need to take a headshot, or say your target is only presenting a little bit of their head. You don't have to monkey much with your zero. You already know it. You know what's going on. If you zero your weapon at 25 yards, at 50 yards, your zero is going to be 1.2 inches. 100 yards, 1.47 inches. And 200 yards, it comes back down a little bit. Okay, so that's a good thing to know. The 100-yard zero. Okay, at 100 yards, of course, 25 yards is going to be 5.86 inches. 50 yards is going to be 1.39 inches. 100 yards, of course, is going to be 0. And 200 yards is going to be 1.21 inches. Okay, so that just goes to show you right there is the 50-yard zero is a good all-around zero, so you don't have to monkey much. You can go all the way out to 200 yards without having to raise or lower your sights that much. You can pretty much put it right on your target and you're going to hit it. Closer range, 25 yards or closer, you're going to have to shoot a little higher point of aim, point of impact. Okay, so that just goes to show you what your zero would look like with a 55 grain bullet with an AR-15. So I just wanted to go over that. It all depends on what your situation is going to be, what kind of area of operations you're going to be in. Are you going to be zeroing your weapon for home defense? Are you going to be zeroing your weapon for to engage targets at a longer range? You know, it all depends on what your mission specific deal is going to be. If you're just holding your zeroing your rifle for, say you got a house and you got a big yard and you're worrying about targets approaching your house, well, that's what you're going to zero your rifle for. If you live in a neighborhood and you're worried about home defense or whatever, you don't have a shotgun, that's what you want to set your zeros for. So it all depends on, know your weapon, know what the environment that you're going to be working in, or the environment you believe you're going to be working in, and set your zeros accordingly. Okay, if you know these zeros, you know this information, that may save you your life, your family's life, or somebody else. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. I'll go into some more detailed information later, but this isn't my stats. This isn't anything new. This is just basic knowing your weapon. And do the same thing in the military. You got to know your zero. You got to know where you're shooting, where that round's going to go, no matter what distance you're shooting at. So, but the proof is in the pudding. It's on the paper. So until next time, be safe, good shooting, and Semper Fi.